2017 continues to be a record year for music. Here to talk about some local DC music, we have Quincy Tickner and Aubrey Gelbrand.
Hi, thanks Patrick. So we're actually joined here today by Max Gowan and Brenda Hua, and we're just going to talk about some of the stuff they've been doing in music and stuff like that. So Max, actually, you have a new album coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out on April 28th.
And can you tell us a little bit, what kind of music can we expect on this?
I would call it like indie pop music basically, but yeah, I like home record. That's like kind of a big thing coming up now, so a lot of people are doing home recording stuff, and so yeah, it's really fun. I love doing it.
So what is home recording? What was this process like?
Basically, I use like editing software that pretty much anyone can get now, and so I just like play all the instruments and do all the vocals and stuff, so it's just like guitar, bass, drums, some keyboards, singing, and stuff like that. So yeah, I record in the dorm, and when I can, I record at my parents' house. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So you guys are both not from DC, and so I'm curious how you guys think that the DC music scene is unique and how it differs from other cities.
So I'm originally from Los Angeles, which is like, everyone thinks it's like the music hub, right? It's like you think about Hollywood or music and you think LA. So coming into DC, I remember like freshman year, I used to think like, oh, it's like the city is so dead, there's nothing going on. But as I've become more and more involved in I'm sort of on the back end of music, like I'm not an artist myself, but I work a lot in production, marketing, even like streaming and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of like business behind all of that, and that's sort of where my world exists. So seeing the community within DC, because we are a smaller scene than somewhere more stabilized like LA or New York even, or Nashville, we get the opportunity to be a lot more on the ground works, and you get to see a lot more independent, a lot more local artists, and the scene is just way more DIY than you would find in somewhere like LA. And I think that's awesome because it establishes way more of a community than you would ever feel with something a lot bigger or larger scale industry. So it's definitely amazing to be here, and it's a really cool industry too. So
yeah,
and like, I don't know if you feel it, but like rock and punk and stuff here,
right.
Like, a lot of the alternative genres, like other than left field towards like just generic pop or whatever, is a lot bigger here than it would be somewhere where it's more commercialized, I would say.
Yeah, DC is like the #1 like punk music city in the country, like by far.
It's the birthplace of go-go, like I'm saying, like, and we have everything from like Dave Grohl is from here. We have DC rappers like GoldLink who came to campus. He's from here. We have oldies like Duke Ellington. He's a DC native. Like, there's just
Marvin
so
Gaye.
much. Exactly.
George Clinton.
There we go.
Yeah.
We could keep going. So the span of DC artists is just so cool. And I think that just comes from being fostered in a community that's much more close knit and like.
Yeah, and you said you brought GoldLink here, so can you tell us a little bit about the process of bringing him here and then also the turnout of students?
Yeah, definitely. So we had 400 students come out to the tavern, which is like just down the way, and it was hosted by the Student Union Board, which is a division under the USG, and it's just made up of students, and we're the programming board who brings concerts in, and we all loved GoldLink, and we saw the opportunity to bring him to campus this semester, and it was amazing. So Dawson Bristol is the head of sub, and he sort of worked with the booking agents and GoldLink's agency and trying to bring him to campus and stuff, and ended up being an amazing show. So it was incredible to be a part of and to see students come out to a rap show, and it was just like amazing, because I feel like sometimes we feel that things are too alternative or too like whatever, but it was just cool to see like 400 students come out to see a show that you had produced, and it was like
yeah. And then do you guys usually try to bring in local artists, or is it sometimes artists from other cities as well?
I think there's a huge push to try to become more of a localized, or to be more supportive of the local community. I'm also a part of Second District Records, which is the student record label here on campus. We mix, master, record, promote, and sign artists, and usually we work in the local area, so we'll have people from Maryland, from Virginia, and I think it's really cool that the like AU's community is very close knit to the local artist community here in the DMV area too, because I think there's just, I mean, there needs to be support, right? And to see people like really go out there and try to meet the indies instead of just like focusing on the big music labels, it's a pretty cool thing to see.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, everyone, make sure to check out Max Gorwick's band, Max Gorwick's dad.
That's a cooler last name.
Yeah, there we go.
I should change my stage name to that.
Yeah, there we go. You know, Max Gowan and his dads.
Yeah.
Yes. I need two dads, maybe. Back to you guys at the desk.
Next Friday is Record Store Day, and vinyl record enthusiasts as well as store owners are already preparing for their busiest day of the year. Quincy Tickner has more on how the 15 record stores in the DC area are preparing for this day.
record stores all over the world are preparing for their biggest day of the year, Record Store Day. Next Saturday, April 22nd, 15 record stores in the DC area are holding sales and opening early to celebrate the annual holiday. Record Store Day commemorates the continued existence of independent record stores in the face of changing music consumption.
This day and age, the youth are like, they're out of touch with authentic music, and you can bring the past into the present, and that's why I think music is so phenomenal. And I love coming to old record stores and grabbing great vinyl, and Joe's is the spot to grab it at.
Johnson Lee, the owner of Joe's Record Paradise in DC, is excited for the holiday. He says this is the biggest day of the year for his independent record store.
We get people to come in here, I haven't seen a record store since 1976, or, I didn't know they still existed. It's like, yes, man, we exist. We have people from out of town, we have people out of country, every race, gender, orientation, you name it, they come in here because everybody loves music.
Next Saturday is the 10th anniversary of the holiday, and many artists are releasing new singles only on vinyl to compel fans to support record shops. This year is expected to have the biggest turnout of vinyl enthusiasts in the holiday's history. With District Wire News, I'm Quincy Tickner.
Coming up, an American university student is exposing a secret war led by the U.S. government. We will talk to this filmmaker about her efforts to bring light to the atrocities after the break.